Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Do you remember when we planted this tomato plant?
So we transplanted it. You can go back and watch that video. We planted this in our kitchen and then transplanted it into a 10-inch standard pot. And now it's time to go into the big forever home.
Because look at, he's already getting kind of
Yeah.
wiggly. He's got a nice big stem.
Mm-hmm.
But we had another one, so we have 3 of them to do.
Yeah, these are better boys.
And this is a very large pot.
Yeah, so this is, and I didn't water it, and that's on purpose. I went through and I transplanted this again because this is going to go out into our front retail greenhouses, and that's where it's going to live. So this is just kind of our show-off tomatoes. We like to, these get going and these just get huge. They'll crawl up, they'll keep going. We've had them 14 feet tall before and just produce buckets of tomatoes.
When you planted that, he took off the bottom leaves again. Mm-hmm. And then you dropped it all the way to the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, this was the tallest one of the 3 that I had started. So I took the biggest one and I set this all the way down, and you can notice I took off all the branches that are going to go underneath the soil. So I just went through and I gave it
anything that sat on the soil.
Yeah, because that will grow roots out of this main stem, and it just makes a nice hardy tomato plant. So that's the reason that we do that. So this is a little bit more work for transplanting, but it works out really well for us. And again, this is our big show-off tomatoes. And people come into the greenhouse, they're like, "Wow, you got tomatoes already! It's May!"
They constantly want to pick my tomatoes.
Yeah, it's like, leave those there.
But we will put a tomato cage in here because this will get top heavy again. It's going to grow really tall.
For sure. So, question for you: how many of you grow tomatoes at home? And have you had any issues or any problems with growing your tomatoes at home in your garden or maybe in your front porch or patio? So go ahead and chime in, comment down below if you've had any problems or if you grow tomatoes or what kind of tomatoes you grow. We want to address one of the most common problems that we have, and it's a simple solution. So, have you ever had the blossom end rot on your tomatoes?
It's that icky part on the bottom of the tomato where you're like, look at the beautiful tomato, and then you pick it and you turn it over, you're like, what the heck?
Right?
It looks like a bruise,
It's
like it's brown.
It's so disappointing when you
It
get
kind of
that.
taints the whole tomato just for like...
And they will not grow out of it. It's not like it'll correct itself.
You mean the plant won't grow out of it?
Well, the plant can produce good tomatoes, but the tomato will not correct itself. Once that tomato has that blossom end rot, it's you have to adjust what's going on with it.
So what is blossom end rot?
So specifically, and this is a 2-part answer, so you have to get both of these right to be in the clear. So it's a calcium deficiency and also inadequate watering. So when they come together, that's when you end up with the blossom end rot. So that nasty rotting spot on the tomato that just ruins your tomatoes. And there's a very easy solution. You have to get the watering correctly, and tomatoes go through a lot of water, so don't let them go through that up down, dry wet. Don't let them do that. Tomatoes drink a lot of water. But the other simple solution is getting that calcium right away into the plant. And so just transplanting this into the big container, now is the time where I'm going to go through and I'm going to add this easy household items, which is just standard antacid Tums. This isn't even the brand name Tums, is just, members mark. So we must have picked this up at Sam's. So just, if you have these at home, Tums are actually calcium. And so what we do is, for a tomato like this, I go through and I just take a handful. How many is that? I don't know. It's a handful. There's not you don't have to be so
Can you
so
over
exact.
Calcium?
Well,
you put too much calcium
you
in your
can
plant.
overdo anything. However, unless your hands are like Andre the Giant's, I think you'll be just fine. So that's an 80s reference there. So I'm just going to kind of crush these up and sprinkle this on into the soil. And I'm actually going to kind of work this into the soil a little bit. As soon as I water it, that's going to start going into the soil and the roots will start absorbing this. Are there a lot of ways to get calcium into the soil? Yes, there are. I think this is the easiest, cheapest way. Yeah.
And doesn't smell.
Smells great. It's like berry-licious.
I know, but like
So-
some people will use eggshells.
Yeah.
And
but
eggs
eggshells take a long time to break down. So
It's
you
great.
can.
You
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's not the fastest way. So this to me is the cheapest and quickest way to get calcium into the soil right away to help prevent blossom end rot.
But there is different calciums that you can buy from different brands.
Yep,
And of
absolutely.
course that will work.
Mhm.
It's just that you're trying to get that calcium in there.
Yes.
There's also a blossom end rot spray.
Yes, and it's a calcium spray. So that is a quick way to also get that plant to, and I think you're spraying the leaves with it. That's a quick way for it to absorb. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's actually calcium pills you can buy.
Which is basically just not berry flavored.
Yeah, it's just a more expensive version of these. So you can do that also. There's a lot of great ways. Sidewalk chalk. So if your kids have sidewalk chalk, that's also calcium. So you could kind of crush that up too.
So
But
really the
I
main
think
theme
this
is make sure you get calcium into your plant.
yeah, into
And
that
does that
soil.
matter for anything other than tomatoes?
I don't
We
have
do
that.
it- we
I don't
do
have
it-
that answer for you. I don't know
See?
this. Yeah.
This is not staged.
For real. I don't know. But specifically for tomatoes, and again, this is a two-part answer. So it's not just calcium. It's getting that calcium into the soil before the plant is fruiting, and also having your watering correct.
And that's why you didn't water right away, because you wanted to add that calcium tablets in there and then water it so it starts.
Honestly, I didn't water it right away because I didn't want to carry this very heavy container that it's fine right now, but I know if I watered this good and heavy, I honestly I didn't want to carry it into our front greenhouses and be like, oh my goodness. So that's why I didn't water it right away. I'm gonna put it in its place where it's gonna live for the season, and then I'm gonna water it.
Okay, so let me rephrase that. Let me redirect.
Yeah,
So once they add the calcium in, they should water it
correct.
to get it to start.
Yep, I just wanted to clarify, just so we're full transparency. I just really didn't want to carry this into the front greenhouses because it's going to be really heavy if I watered it really heavy. So, but really that's an easy way to help give you those best chances of success of having nice, beautiful looking tomatoes without that blossom end rot. So that's, but yeah, again, there's a lot of ways, and I know there's a lot of, grandma said to always do this, and that's fine. I just find that this is the quickest, easiest way. And now here's the one thing that we found, because we have a dog. We used to have 2 dogs at one time in our chocolate lab. Oh, she loved these too. So she would see and smell the berry-licious, and this is ground level.
She'd root into
So
that.
as soon as she saw me put these in, and I turned my back, guess what she's doing? She's with her nose, she's digging, and no. And so she did eat all my antacids one time. It didn't kill her. Now she's gone, but but that had nothing to do with it. She died of an old age, but she loved it when I did this. So that was one of the maybe bad parts of using
Maybe if there's
berry-licious.
flavor free.
Yeah, if there was just no flavored, maybe just the calcium pills would have deterred her from. But she loved the berry-licious Tums. So anyway, so that was one of the things that we did. Now we're gonna go through and put it in a cage. So Zoe, our white lab, she's really doesn't have any interest. We never have a problem with her. It was always our chocolate lab. She was a normal lab of always looking for food. so anyway, so I'm not really worried about Zoe digging in here and eating these. But
So you have this planted now. You're all good. You're gonna carry it out front.
yes.
And you're gonna water it. Are you gonna fertilize it right away?
This is gonna go right into the normal routine of we're fertilizing about twice a week. You can fertilize about once a week with the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer for your tomato plants, and your vegetable crops. So it's going to get the same exact fertilizing schedule. I'm not gonna adjust.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get the same exact fertilizing schedule as everything else in the greenhouses. But yeah,
Perfect.
it's absolutely I want it to grow. I want it to be huge. Now, once it starts fruiting, I like to actually cut back on the fertilizing.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to put its energy into growing, and then once that starts, you'll start seeing the blossoms and then the fruit. Then I kind of step back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to, but that's just my personal preference is
Yep.
to get it to fruit and not put as much energy into growth, rather producing.
Right.
So,
Excellent. Talking about fertilizer.
yeah. So speaking of which, we'd like to highlight.
We actually have two.
Yeah, because
Because we have so many of them, we want to get everybody in and the new ones in before the season's done.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we're going to start doing two, if we have to, 3 a day.
Yeah.
But 2 today.
Yeah, so well, that's a good problem for us. Is
It's a
we're
great
getting a
problem.
lot more retailers of our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. So highlighting two today: J&B Landscaping and Nursery in Arcadia, Wisconsin. So that's our first one. So yay!
That's our Wisconsin one.
And we have one in Minnesota. So that's Paynesville Garden Center in Paynesville, Minnesota. So two brand new retailers of Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer.
And if you are new to our channel, you understand that we have the greenhouses, but we also have the fertilizer company, the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer that we sell online and then through retailers throughout the United States.
Yep.
So we're highlighting those retailers to give them a shout out because we really want you to go shop at their place of
Small
business.
businesses, yeah.
And then if you don't have one near you, you can go on a retailer map on the beatyourneighbor.com. If you don't have one near you, then go ahead and order online and we'll ship it to you.
Yes, absolutely. So again, J&B Landscaping and Nursery in Arcadia, Wisconsin, and Paynesville Garden Center in Paynesville, Minnesota, two of our brand new
Yay!
Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer retailers. So thanks for joining us. What are we talking about all this week?
We have it all laid out, but
we
I
did
don't
it
have
last
in front
night. I
of
don't
me.
remember. It was a very late night.
I know we're
and-
going to be planting up some basket combos
Oh, that's
to
it,
show
yeah.
you different basket combos.
Yep. So you want
Everybody
to.
loves that.
So you want, if you have questions about hanging baskets or planting up, how many plants per 12-inch hanging basket? Yeah, it's exactly now you jogged my memory of, because I was writing
That's
it
what
down
I'm
in
here
there.
for.
So yeah, we will be talking about that this week. So be sure to join us.
Beautiful. Have a great day.
All right, thank you. Bye bye.